guys! So lately I've been looking at this Lucite or ghost furniture, and I really kind of like it. It's completely clear, so it allows the light to completely go through it, making the room that it's in appear much larger than it actually is, without sacrificing any of the functionality of the furniture, which is great. I had to recreate this in miniature. So I did, with some plastic pieces from around the house, and also a couple of ounces of resin. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, or thumbs up. I'm Kat Williams, guys. Thank you so much for watching my channel. We're going to start with the chairs first. And for these, I'm using these clear plastic forks that I purchased at a dollar store. I use one per chair, and they came in a pack with, I think, 24 or 48 or some ridiculous number, way more than I need for this project. And then I'm also going to use a piece of this plastic framing, and you saw me use this on the glass bookshelf a couple of weeks ago. But if you don't have that, you could also use just any sort of plastic packaging. Don't forget to read the description box for special instructions. I'm also using a straw. Any of them will do. These are from Starbucks, Wendy's, and a local restaurant chain. And then also some dishes from around the house. This is from a Chinese takeout container and an Arizona tea bottle. We're just going to use these for molds. So to prep for this project, I'm going to put a little E6000 into a bottle cap, and I cut my straw into a 2-inch piece and stuck that directly on top. Allow that to set and mix some resin up in the meantime. I usually use either the Clear Cast 7000, Easy Cast, or Amazing Resin. Then I'm going to pour this into the bottom of the Chinese takeout container. The bottom of the Arizona tea bottle. And I'm also going to drip it drop by drop into the straw. Now you want to drop this very slowly into the straw because it's almost nearly impossible to get all the air bubbles out. But the easiest way to avoid trapping air in there is just to go slowly and drop by drop. So this tabletop has a little of the letters left over on it, but I'm going to clean that up with the resin. In the meantime, I cut the straw off of the little tubular shape in the middle. And I use E6000, the only glue I will use throughout this tutorial, to glue the straw to the base. Once that's dry, I use a little bit of extra resin to go on through and to cover the letters at the bottom of the base, and also to secure the piece from the straw to the base. So I'm just filling in that little gap between the base and the straw. I allow that to cure. And then I use E6000 again to attach that section to the top of the table. And then I use a little resin to secure it as well. Moving on to the chairs, I'm going to use the tines of the fork first. You want to attach 2 of the tines together with E6000. You can cut off the very tip and then cut them down to a 1.5 inch size. And when I say 1.5, I actually mean a tiny bit over that, because this is going to be 1.5 and you need it to be a little bit longer. Then I cut off the very back of the handle of the fork and cut one piece into a 1.5 inch section, and then cut the sides off of either one. I'm going to cut these also into a 1.5 inch long rectangle that tapers in at the bottom. This is also part of the leg. You're going to need 2 per chair, and I'm making 4 chairs, so 8 total. Then you can use a little E6000 right along the middle. Attach the portion from the handle of the fork to the plastic piece. Allow those all to dry, and then you can go back through with a nail file and smooth it out. Then I made a paper template for the seat, and this is 1.5 inches long and 1.5 inches wide at the widest point. But I tapered it back just a little bit towards the back and rounded out the back end as well. Then I used that same paper pattern and I cut out plastic to fit it. Use the nail file to round that out and to smooth out all the little cut marks. And once I had it cut out fully, I decided I wanted to curve the front part of the seat as well, and I just did that with my nail file. Then a little E6000 on the bottom, and I attached my legs. The straight legs are going to go on the front at the widest portion, and the legs made from the fork tines are going to go in the back. Then I used a little painter's tape or masking tape to make a little border around the side. The tape is going to form a lip that's going up towards the legs. And that's going to help to keep any resin on the inside. Then I used a little bit more resin and I coated the legs thoroughly. Allow the resin to pull onto the seat of the chair, and then you can add a little bit more resin to even it out. And complete that step with all 4 chairs and allow them to cure. In the meantime, I used another paper template. This one is 1 3/4 inch long, 1.5 inches wide at the widest point, and 1 1/8 inches wide at the narrowest point. These are my seat backs, and I cut out 4 of those, and I coated these with resin as well. Now, because there's no border to keep the resin in place, just move slowly and the resin will stay where it needs to stay. So I dropped a little bit of resin onto the middle of the chair back, and then I smoothed it out with the back of my paintbrush. Just push it gently to the edges. Allow it to cure, and then turn it over and do the same thing on the other side. Once that other side is cured as well, you can use an E6000 on the narrowest point and glue that to the seat of the chair. You want to peel the tape off the chair and reverse it so that the portion of the tape that is creating the little bowl is facing upward, and you can fill that section with more resin as well. That will secure the seat back into the resin and to the seat. And once that is cured, you can remove the tape entirely. And go ahead and even it out with a nail file. And then you can buff it out with a nail buffer. And if you want, once you've filed it, you can do as I did and just run along it with a little bit of extra resin. And that's it. You're done. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I very much appreciate you. Bye.
All the bitches falling down, falling down, falling down. All the bitches down. Bye, get lady. You sister. I do it.